Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Kay, and I'm here today to bring you Beyond the Gates, Season 2, Episode 124. Okay, y'all, so this was a continuation of the episode yesterday. Danny and Andre seem to have gotten on a good page. I guess they made up. Billy's still in the hospital. He is still asking to leave the hospital. He is ready to go, but he has been convinced by his daughters and by Madison to stay at the hospital because they need to run further tests. Hayley is asked to go home and get some of his belongings that he feels is important because he wants to make himself comfortable while he's at the hospital. Also, Chelsea did call Danny while she was at home and basically, filled her mom in on everything that was going on. At first, Danny was reluctant to go to the hospital, but she, of course, ended up going because she just can't stay away from Bill. After her and Andre were finished, Andre left to go to the country club to meet Ted. But while Ted was there, Ted ran into Tomas, and Tomas basically filled Ted in on everything with Kat, on his feelings about what he felt about the engagement, and also told Ted that Kat tried to cushion his feelings by purchasing a condo for them to reside in. Tomas also was very honest with Ted and told him that, moving in with Kat was not, on his current list of things to do, but they talked, and so they came to a compromise, and, they're going to try living together. Before Danny actually went to the hospital, Nicole was visiting Kat, of course, because, Kat had a conversation. But Kat ended up telling Nicole about Bill being in the hospital. So, of course, Nicole walked over to Danny's house to see how Danny was doing. She asked Danny how she felt about everything, and Danny was just like, I feel fine, Bill has a wife, Hayley is his wife, and so, I'm going to let her take care of it. But Nicole kind of read through her, and she was just like, so what else are you not telling? And I just knew Danny was going to spill the beans. I was just like, girl, just go ahead and tell her. You done told Vanessa, the least you can do is tell Nicole. But she didn't say anything. She just, reiterated that, her chapter with Bill is over with. That is Hayley's husband. She's not going to be around or whatever like that. So, at the hospital, Naomi ends up having a talk with Hayley because Bill is trying to go home. And of course, Hayley wants him to go home because Hayley wants to finish the job. But Naomi goes out there and pleads with Hayley to basically talk Bill into staying. So, after that, Bill walked in and, Bill decided he was going to stay. Bill asked Naomi to go to the firm and basically look after his affairs, basically because he said she's a legacy. And she was just like, but I'm not on staff. You got other people there that's, Tomas and Caroline are there, to fill in or whatever. And he was just like, but they're my employees. You're my daughter. I know you got my best interest at heart. So Naomi took it upon herself to go back to the office. Tomas, on the other hand, is sitting in Bill's office, spinning around in the chair, relishing in the moment of sitting in Bill's chair. And Hayley walks in and is just like, what are you doing? And Tomas was just like, Hayley, it's not what it seems. I am indeed concerned about Bill. And so basically, Hayley tries to tell Tomas that, basically come after Bill, come after Bill's position. Everybody's going to be trying to fight to be in the position of Bill or whatever like that. I was like, Hayley, you just ain't worth 2 cents, girl. You just ain't worth 2 cents. What was I about to say? So yeah, Hayley picks up some stuff from Bill's office and then she goes about her business. Then, of course, Andre is talking to Ted at the country club still about, his relationship with Shanice. And things between Ted and Shanice are getting serious. I was just hoping there was a slight glimmer of hope and a slight piece of me that was hoping that, you know, the situation with Kat would bring Ted and Nicole closer. Because I'm just like, we went from, you know, Nicole having these residual feelings and them coming up when she was with Carlton to them just not being existent. So is that version of the story over with, or are we moving on? You know what I mean? But anyway, Ted is telling Andre, you know, how he feels about Shanice. And, you know, Andre notices that, you know, Ted's feelings for Shanice are getting stronger. And, you know, Ted is saying that he's afraid to, you know, tell Shanice how he feels because, you know, he only told 2 women in his life that he loved them, and that was Nicole and Leslie. And when he said Leslie, jump scare. So I'm just like, Ted, you told Leslie you loved her? No wonder why she was delusional. Here we are thinking the lady, I mean, we knew, like, of course he was involved with her. But you told a lady that you was having an affair with, that you loved her? Ted, you are the scum of the earth. Like, I want it for you to have a redemption arc, but I just don't know, Ted, if I can move forward now knowing this information. I mean, you already was in the hole because of the whole debacle itself, but you openly admitting to Andre that you love the woman, you just adding on, Ted. Jesus. But yeah, Andre also expresses his concern to Ted about, you know, Danny and his concerns for her staying around. He admits to Andre, he is Andre. Andre admits to Ted that, you know, he didn't have the easiest time with his mom and the thing that happened to his mom and his father. So he wants to make sure that Danny is, you know, taking her options seriously. And you know what? Andre can almost do no wrong in my eyes. He ain't like Isaiah and Jacob, but he can almost do no wrong in his eyes. And, you know, just him in that conversation that he had with Danny about I'm not going nowhere, I was just like, ugh. Girl, just tell him. Just tell him, girl, so you can go ahead and get it over with. And then it's just like, you know, it's just crazy because I cannot believe Danny is really hiding this from Andre after all the, like, ugly parts she revealed to Andre about herself. And the fact that she has always been honest with Andre about her feelings. She is just hiding this, and like the guilt eats her up every time he says something to her that, you know, is meaningful. She looks physically ill. Oh, anyway. I'm so over Hayley, y'all. Anyway, so the girls are at the hospital. Ashley and Shanice are having a kiki. Ashley and Shanice have come such a long way because Shanice, at like in the beginning of the series, she had 2 words to say to Ashley. Now they just kiki partners at the front desk kikiing, waiting on bill results so they can give them the medicine. And, you know, Shanice is giving Ashley the tea about how when she went home for the 4th of July, her ex was at her mama's house trying to get back with her, talking to her, and she was just like, if you don't get out of my face, I got me and my man, and he is way better than you, and he would never cheat on me, boo, boo, boo. And guess who walks up? Nicole. I was just like, now Shanice, your foot in your mouth. I thought Nicole was going to feel away, but if Nicole ever did feel away, would we ever really know? Because Nicole just acts like she is just so unbothered and so unfazed with any of her feelings in regards to Ted. And, you know, I would like to really know how she truly feels because I think she still got something there for Ted. I just don't think it's over with for her. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Maybe they making her move on. Maybe they not. I don't know. Anyway, so they start kikiing or whatever. And so Ashley was like, yes, Nicole, girl. Excuse me, Dr. Dupree, I did not know you was dating Dr. Rollins and Dr. Fitzgerald, girl. You got you 2 men up in the clinic. And then Madison comes up and was like, yes, and you know, I'm in the best relationship ever because my girl, she's the best thing since sliced bread. She ain't never cheated on me. We got that perfect relationship. We got a healthy relationship. Boo, 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 right? And then they start talking about how, you know, Nicole is, and then, you know, Nicole dating the 2 men, and then Ashley was like, I just don't know how you do it. And then she was like, girl, bye, because you was dating Derek, and then you was trying to date Andre or whatever. And so Ashley was like, it was not the same thing. And then they was like, girl, yes, it was, because this. And then it had to do with Danny. And then, girl, if you would have been with Andre if it weren't for Danny. They is having a whole key at this front desk telling all their business. I'm glad I want no patients out there in the waiting room, because they would have known all your business. Because y'all know it be people who just love to sit places and listen to people talk about their own business so they can just get a tip about people's business. But I was just like, dang. But nonetheless, they was having a full kiki. And then at the end of the whole kiki session, they was like, oh my God, we should do this again, girl. But not in a professional setting. We should go to Uptown, get us a couple of drinks. I was like, oh. Anyway, so then once the conversation's all over, Shanice is like, well, not Shanice. Nicole was like, well, Shanice, if it's anything, I hope you don't ever feel away. Are you good? Like, I don't ever want you to feel away. I can tell if it means anything to you that Ted really cares about you, and, you know, you mean a lot to him. And so I guess that was like music to Shanice's ears, because I guess Shanice had her doubts. But nonetheless, she was happy. And, you know, Nicole is very supportive of Shanice. But this, you know, these people are becoming like the Vortex, the characters on the show, because Shanice is dating Ted. Nicole is dating Ted's best friend / his business partner. Danny is married to Ted's nephew. Yeah. Ashley was trying to get with Andre, who is now married to Danny. You know, it's very like, my man is your man too. Tomas is with Kat and he slept with Eva. Like, y'all ain't got nobody else in Fairmont Crest? Anyway, so, first of all, now that I think about it, so Bill just almost fell out. Ain't nobody called Jacob and told him nothing. Where's Jacob at? But anyway, I mean, it is his whole father-in-law. Like, so this all go down. Naomi done called everybody. Girl, you ain't called your husband and told him get your daddy like to fell out in the floor. I just don't know sometimes. Anyway, so Tomas walks in, right? No, Naomi's sitting at the desk. And she's on the phone, and he walks in her office, and she says, give me a minute. And so she, you know, is telling people on the person on the phone that she will what's the word I'm trying to say? Rearrange, reschedule the deposition. And so Tomas, you know, she gets off the phone, and she asks Tomas, can I help you with something or whatever? And Tomas was just like, no, I think I got my job. I mean, you were scheduling depositions. That's different. I don't remember you being on payroll. So Tomas was in the business of clocking 10 today. Tomas. Not too much. So then, you know, Naomi is like flabbergasted. She's like, Tomas, is there a problem? He was like, no. He was just like, I'm just surprised you're here. But he was like, because I've done my job. I do my job and I do it very well. And I've been here backing up Bill since the beginning. Remember when you left him high and dry, when you didn't want to do the family business because you wanted to do everything for social justice and for social constraints? You wanted to be out there trying to, you know, do the right thing for everybody else. You didn't want to work at this law firm or whatever like that. And he was like, and while you was out there trying to create your own name for yourself, guess who was here? Me, backing Bill, while you didn't back your father. And it was a rough time, and I was there to pick up the pieces. He basically said all of that. Throw it in Naomi's face. Mind you, wrong person. Bill wants Naomi around. Bill loves Naomi around. That's why he sent Naomi to the office. It has been his dream of Naomi to work beside him, work alongside him. That's why he sent her to the office. He told her, I want you there. Tomas and Caroline work for me, but you are my legacy. And you know, dang near, if something was to happen to him, guess who the firm going to? Naomi. And so Tomas was landing on strong. And I was like, ooh, Tomas, you feel away, don't you, friend? I mean, he kind of ate Naomi up a little bit, just a smidge. But I was like, ooh, Naomi, girl, what you gonna say? Here's the mic, speaking to the mic. What you gonna say? Because I need for you to handle him. I need for you to handle him. Tomas, you was feeling yourself. And I'm gonna need for you to take it down 3 notches. 3. Because that was why. Because what you feeling like for real? What you feeling like, Tomas? But nonetheless, so anyway, Danny ends up at the hospital with Bill. And did I say that already? If I didn't, Danny ends up at the hospital. Because unbeknownst to them, she kept telling everybody she won't come. Well, she didn't tell everybody she won't come. She told Nicole she won't come, and she told Andre she wasn't going. But she ends up at the hospital. And I want to say she strictly went for Chelsea and Naomi, but I don't think so. And she basically told Bill, like, he's important to their family. And even though he's a pain in a you-know-what, he is not allowed to go to the great beyond because he is needed. And life wouldn't be the same if he wasn't around. And so basically she told Bill to be honest with him or whatever. And they had like a very sincere conversation. And Bill was like, hold on, not too much, because you sounded like you actually like me a little bit. And she was just like, don't flatter yourself. Don't flatter yourself or whatever like that. And so then Hayley walked in the room. Hayley was just like, so what's funny? I want to laugh. What's funny? I want to laugh. You got a joke? Ha! That's a good joke, ain't it? Out of my face. I don't find funny. She said, I want to laugh. What's the joke? Danny just grabbed her purse and left the room. Hayley was just like, Bill, I just don't understand why you feel the need to call Danny. I'm your wife now, not Danny. So she tried to play the jealous card. We all know that Hayley don't really care for real. But, you know, Danny has become a thorn in her side. But, you know, Danny's going to be around. And Hayley's just going to have to deal with it. But, you know, Danny is trying to keep her distance away from Bill. Because we all know how Danny feels about Bill. She has a weakness for that man. And I wish she could just, you know, move on and let it go. She was doing so well for a while. But girl, until you confess your sins, Danny, you will be troubled. You will be troubled. Your heart will be troubled. Because you just got Andre out here looking all kind of ways. And then here you go complaining about the man to Andre. But then here you go. And Andre's such a good man. He told her in the beginning of the episode that if you care about Danny, if you care about Bill, it's all right, you care about Bill. You know what I mean? You can go see him. She was like, no, I'm not going to go see him. I'm not going to go see him. And, you know, Naomi texts and she didn't show up. Then Chelsea texts and then she had a conversation on the phone with somebody. She didn't come. So then I guess, you know, Nicole said, you know, I believed you a little bit, but yet here I am at the hospital, and yeah, here you are at the hospital too. So yeah. But yeah, Tomas. I guess you feel the way then, huh, Tomas? Tomas think he said Bill is his father figure. He been there for that man. He's trying to grow up. Bill has mentored him and taught him the ropes. And he at the most prestigious law firm in the DMV. What y'all think? What y'all think about the episode? Let me know. Let me know in your comments down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with 125.